Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'm going to continue on the Serge Nubret Golden Era series, looking at his particular leg routine and recommendations for developing the upper legs. Now what I love about the Golden Era bodybuilders and their leg routines and leg development is that it wasn't necessarily overemphasized as it is nowadays in the massiveness, especially of the thigh and even the hamstring. What was focused really was on developing long, sleek lines, especially with the idea like Vince Gironda had, the development of the quadriceps, especially of the vastus internus or vastus medialis, that is the teardrop muscle, and having the outer sweep, but not an over-exaggeration like it is nowadays. I mean, nowadays bodybuilders have thighs that resemble more like cancerous tumors. They're enormous. What I also liked was the concentration on having the upper thigh well defined but not overly developed. Keeping the upper thigh not too heavily developed also gave the appearance of a slimmer waistline and allowing that wonderful V-taper to take effect. Now let's have a look at Serge's particular recommendations for developing the upper legs. Now I previously stated Serge's recommendations in regards to training in general, but basically his recommendations, just like the deltoids, to stay clear of heavy weights, also applied to his leg routine. He always used moderate poundage with a concentration on the movement and really thinking about contracting the muscle. That was his main goal when working any of his body parts. So let's look at his leg routine structure. Typically, per body part, his mainstay rule was to stay within 30 sets for any body part, including thighs. However, for the hamstrings, he actually only used about 15 sets. With most exercises, he would perform again 12 to 15 reps, and within the routine, he would have little or no rest, making the total routine only last for about 45 minutes. Typically, he would use 3 or 4 exercises, just the same as other body parts. I love this shot here of Serge Nubret, and it really illustrates what I said earlier. He has very well developed legs. I mean, you can start seeing the feathering in his thighs. The upper thighs are not overly developed and have wonderful detail, yet they are long and sleek. No wonder he was called the Black Panther. I mean, god damn, a fantastic V-taper with wonderful lines, beautiful physique. No wonder he was so, he was known as one of the greatest golden era aesthetic bodybuilders of all time. Fantastic. Now, one of the keys to Serge's routines was to have a main foundation exercise, and for this he actually used the leg press or the hack squat machine. He would typically perform up to 15 sets for 12 to 15 reps each, again concentrating on the movement, on contracting the muscle. And you can see those wonderful well-shaped thighs, not overly developed, but they've got very beautiful lines and clearly defined musculature. This is a great shot of Serge. Relaxed. I mean, look at him. He's relaxed, but he looks absolutely fantastic. Phenomenal physique. I love it. This is another great shot of Serge. I mean, am I talking about his thighs or his physique? It's amazing. But I love this shot. He's actually flexing the right thigh there, and you can see the wonderful separation of the thigh muscles all the way from the upper thighs at the hip all the way down to the knee. Phenomenal. And of course, leg extensions help with this. Again, 15 sets of 15 reps. The same with leg curls, 15 sets of 15 reps. High volume to develop the muscle. Again, using moderate weight. Phenomenal. This shot, of course, is from the 1975 Mr. Olympia, where he came second. He did a great job there, and I thought, I mean, he had Arnold. He definitely did in the 1975 Mr. Olympia. Now, what a lot of you may not know is that Serge actually used squats. He loved squats, but he's got several recommendations that maybe a lot of you don't know about. So let's talk about Serge and his opinion on the squat. Now, Serge's opinion on squats changed throughout his career. His opinion, one would say, reflected Vince Caronda's later in his career, in that he would state that they would enlarge the gluteus muscle, and they basically were great for beginners. And in that, I have to agree with him. He was a big believer in the squat for beginners, in that it would improve the cardiovascular system by enlarging the chest, and also allow massive increases in body weight gains, as I've mentioned previously, for example using the 20 rep squat method. However, now here is one of the big surprises for many of you, I'm guessing, is that before contests, actually, Serge had a very special method using squats. Without locking the knees and having his heels elevated, he would actually do high reps of up to 300 reps for 10 sets with very light weight. He would pump the leg up, and basically doing this very high rep squatting method, similar in many respects to Tom Platz, and gain incredibly high definition and appreciable muscular development in his thighs. It was a special technique he developed, and I guess Tom Platz took it to the next level. But this is probably something that might be surprising to many of you. Well, there it is. I hope you've enjoyed this video on Serge's recommendations for leg training, and I hope you've enjoyed this look into his leg routine. If you've enjoyed this series so far, please give this video a thumbs up. There'll be more coming on Serge Nubret, and I hope you have enjoyed this particular video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and this is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.